Described as some of the most severe laws in the country, protesters in South Australia could soon face $50,000 in fines or 3 months jail under proposed changes to the state's anti-protest laws. Dozens of human rights and advocacy groups had signed a letter calling on the government to scrap the bill, which is tonight being debated in the state's upper house of parliament.
Hundreds gathered outside Parliament House in Adelaide. A demonstration like this could very soon be deemed illegal and face heavy punishment.
This new summary offences bill could apply to almost any citizen who is handing out flyers, homeless people, any sort of vulnerable people on the street. It's really dangerous.
Less than a fortnight ago, new measures were rushed through South Australia's lower house of parliament on the back of these climate change protests, which brought parts of the city to a standstill. But the bill trying to curb such protests has caused significant backlash, with human rights and advocacy groups calling for it to be scrapped.
This anti-protest law is actually an anti-people law because it covers anyone who may be in public. It's not just about protesters, and we have some serious concerns that it's not even constitutional.
If the bill is passed, it would effectively increase the maximum penalty for protesting in South Australia by more than 60-fold. It means South Australia would have some of the harshest penalties in the country. Anyone seen to be recklessly obstructing a public space could face a fine of up to $50,000 or 3 months jail.
The scope of their application is by far the broadest because instead of targeting particular forms of protests in certain areas, it applies to protests that occur in all public places.
The government says the legislation won't impinge on the right to protest peacefully.
Of course, support the right for peaceful protest, but South Australians have a right to go about their day-to-day business without having someone hang off a bridge.
Destruction of public places.
The bill is this evening facing a lengthy debate in the upper house after it took less than half an hour to pass through the lower house without public consultation. But now with plenty of public outcry. Peter Doherty, SBS World News.